our ancestors right here. They come from a man whose name was Israel, right? Whose name was Jacob, right? You know what I'm saying? Whose name was changed to Israel. We're gonna go into that. I think I got time. But Israelites are them, right? So these are the descendants of the man in Israel. This should make you an Israelite from one of these tribes right here. Now, if you see this right here, and you say it was an American black, you say it was an American black. Society calls you this. The people who run this society in this world call you an American black. But if you look at your skin, if you look at your complexion of your skin, is your skin black? Right? It's not black. Your shoes are black. Your shoes are black. Are you the same color as your shoes? Right? If they cut the lights off, are you going to disappear? No, you're not. Right? If you stand on a black window and close your mouth and close your eyes, will you disappear? Nah. So you're not black. If you look at your skin color, what color is your skin? It's brown. Huh? You would like brown, sister. He light. He a shade of light. Right? That brother's light. Right? You know what I'm saying? Guess what? It's not about skin, it's about a chosen race. A chosen seed. Right? He said he chose the seed. Read it again. Was it coming? Yeah. And Israel, whom I have chosen. Israel, whom we have chosen. And go to the book of Joel 2, verse 7. Because the misconception of the church, they teach you prosperity or everything. Because they'll never be prosperity as well. What people are prosperous in this world? Are they prospering as a nation of people, as a whole race of people? Is the black race prosperous? Some of them. Some of us. I said it's all of us. All of us as one nation. Are we prospering in anything right now? Or did we prosper in this world? Right? Drug addiction. We prosper in everything that's bad. Or did we prosper in shooting the ball? Playing a sport. Shaking tail. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember why to do it. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know why man like living that good. Right? Hey, dressing provocative. Right? Being showing off all of your assets. This is what they want to do as a race. Does that make us, what is that doing for us as a nation of people? Messing up the narrative.
I just had a quick point. Probably like 3-4 years ago, I had checked it out too long ago. But if you was to search on Google, sexy black woman, it'll have all porn stores and half-naked women. If you search sexy white woman, they got on business suits and all kinds of dresses. You know what I'm saying? They push that nerve.
It's called hypersexualization. And it starts as a youth, right? They make you, I don't know how old I am, whatever the case may be, it starts when you're young. Put on items that I watch on TV, like that's some of I don't know, name some of y'all I listen to. Like who? No dirt. Okay. I mean, how young boy talk about girls? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. How little Dirk talk about girls? Sexualized.
Killing.
And killing. Madness, right? What's some of the female rappers or singers that y'all listen to? They talk about?
They talk about
they doing what? They doing what to them? What they gonna do to the boys? See, she laughing because she knows it, right? Why is that? Why are we the only community that talks about the hypersexualization and we glorify murdering our people? And we take pride in it. We take pride in it. We dance around. We stop, our women stop at red lights and shake their behind too. Women, hey, men talk about they smoking on their ox too. Right? They turn it on before they go slide on front of them look just like this. Right? They listen to R&B that talks about woo, and what they gonna do before they go and holler at a girl. Right? Because they know in their mind when they see another female, when they see a female, their mind is already bad to do things too because of how they dress. They're trying to dress like those who portrayed. Right? The book of Isaiah 3:12. Y'all not going to hear things like this in church. Right? Only place they're going to be able to hear the truth of the Bible is from the middle of the Lord, out here on the phone, out here in the highway to heaven. But it's not going to be here. We're not going to be here for long. Right? The end is coming. All this walking around, having fun, blasting, shooting, dressing like you want to dress, doing this, doing that, all this going to come to you. Right? And we're going to need God in these days. And we're going to, most definitely. Most definitely. Because guess what? We're going to start seeing who the real prosperous people are. Do y'all want to find out how y'all can prosper? Okay. Read that right there, son.
Isaiah 3:12. As for my people,
1 Kings, chapter 2.
as for my people, children are their
He
oppressors.
said what?
Children are their oppressors.
The Lord said, as for his people, the children are the oppressors. How old are y'all, by the way? 14. Okay. Why do they have a curfew for y'all downtown? Why it is? Even better. Chilling. Made up game.
Made up, like, and I really feel like that makes a big impact on, like most black kids, you never see all white kids. Well, I never, mostly never. Like, every once in a while you see it.
See that?
But it's rare.
Well, hold on. Every once in a while you see it because they trying to act cool. You be like, y'all. See they always want to be in a matter. It don't matter if we doing bad or we doing good. They always just want to take what we have. Right? Exactly, because guess what? God said y'all a chosen race. What you're supposed to do, your chosen is to show forth the grace, the power of the Most High God, the glory of God. But what we do? We glorify the narrative of the so-called white. Right? We glorify we stand behind black. Right? Let me tell you what, we gotta come out of calling ourselves black.
Well, as soon as we can
Because if you
focus,
got
soon
a
as
black, if you see a person with a black force on, what you think they on? Evil. You see a person with a black ski mask walking down the street at 12 o'clock with a black hoodie on, black sweatpants, right? With that black bag that they like to wear. What you think they got going on? They got a gun, they better do something bad. If you see a black cat walk from your left side, what you think about that? It's bad. Anything referring around black is bad. When you wake up in the morning, you think of something and you call yourself a black person, you think you're gonna be bad. You call yourself bad things because my grandma used to tell me back in the day, you are what you look. Answer to. Right? You call yourself a black person, hey, you calling yourself a oh, God called you an Israelite. Give me that right quick in the book of Genesis chapter 19, verse 24. So bring that out.
got it.
It says children are the oppressors.
The children are the oppressors. They respect their elders. They don't respect their elders. They're not scared of no daggone adult. They don't care about they don't even care about their mama. I seen a young dude, hey, straight utterly disrespect this woman. I'm talking about destroyed her house because she took herself out. I seen a girl on the news that was young age, tripped out, ran away from home because her mama took her cell phone. Called the little boy for a week. You know, they found her in the back of the trunk, dead. All because she just wanted because she disrespected her mom. All of her phones run away from your house for a phone. That's bad. He said the children are the oppressors. Go ahead.
It says, and women over that roof, and women over them.
I'm not saying she did a bad job. She doing the best she can, right? But not having that extra help, but it's like to have an example of that. Because what are they like nowadays to y'all?
They just all over the place.
They just want to do this the out of the mouth of babes. This the youth saying that. Right? They just want to be hip. They all over the place. Right? Some don't want to be dads. They just want to be in the streets. And they old men. Y'all old. The only op is your rent. That's what needs to be. The only op is the debt too old. You know what I'm saying? That's what you need. You know what I'm saying? But you want to be out here like the guys, man. All over the place. And they make it even worse. They even go on to try to holler at you because of how they dress. Right? Because of how they look. Right? They even put stuff in our food to make our young women they look more older than they're supposed to. Right? You know what I'm saying? They take away the man out of the home to make the women, right, raise them up how they was raised up, right? Without no father, no male figure in the home. Right? You know what I'm saying? Not showing how it's supposed to be. How a man's supposed to respect people. Right? So now you see our moms doing the bad examples of poor men. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how many men that your mother is dealt with, but I'm pretty sure it was more than one at a time. She had married, she probably had many boyfriends on y'all time. Haven't she? Y'all sisters?
This is my best friend.
See that? See that? See, and y'all going through the same thing. Because your daddy home? Is your daddy home? Y'all going through the same thing. My daddy wasn't home. But can I show y'all something in the scriptures? That's why the scripture said, hey, that the women rule over. Go ahead. Finish reading on that.
Says, oh my people, they which lead thee.
They that lead these children, because it said women rule over those that lead them,
Cause thee to err.
cause them to err. And our leaders, what leaders do we have in our community? Sexy Red, YB, Lil Durk, Lil Baby, King Bone. And he was a goddamn devil. He was a he was baby boy. That's just the one that you know about. He's dead now. You know what I'm saying? If you see what happened with him, the Lord said, hey, have you shed an innocent man's blood, thy man with blood will be shed. God said that. Durk in jail. On his way back in. Right? Kodak Black can't get him. Right here in the middle of the street eating chicken. Right? Smoking a black about it. Blow the hell up. Right? But these is our leaders.
Hey, hug a big white woman.
Hugging big fat white girls. It's crazy. Right? But let me get y'all something right there. Deuteronomy 28, verse 1, and then hop down to verse 15. This is the reason why all these things happen. Go to the book of Three Holy Children. Drop all that. And we're going to get straight to it because these sisters, hey, they have a spiritual understanding. And that's something rare that we see from children. Hey, because y'all children, my daughter down here right now. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be goddamn if I have my daughter grew up in this world without me. Right? Because I grew up without my dad. And that caused me a lot of the time as a man growing up with just my mom, not how to learn how to deal with emotional. Right? Because a lot of boys, they're emotional. They don't got no options, they just emotional. Ain't nobody out there being no sport. I just got a temper problem. Y'all not no killers. So when y'all go to jail, that's what they're gonna be somebody's boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? You go hard out here, and you gonna go in there and get your body beat up. Right? You know what I'm saying? You wanna beat your girl, but then you gonna go in there and beat somebody's girl. That's madness. Right? All because you don't control your emotions. You go in there and sit in your house. So go to the book of go to the Holy Children, bring it up. 1:14.
This is the book of Three Holy Children, chapter 1 and verse 14. For we, O Lord, have become less than any nation.
Hey, we become less than any nation. The black race, the so-called black race, you got the white man that live free, walk around, look, trying to scare the world. Head held high. Yeah, I ain't got to worry about nothing. They get up the daggone car and tell the police, hey, what you pulling me over for? Police get behind us. Pull us over, we down there might not make it home. You know what I'm saying? We might not make it home.
I didn't forget that awkward
Right?
fans.
Shit, you got the damn Chinese man come over here, y'all ever see the Chinese man in the hood struggling? You know what I'm saying? What's the Chinese man in the hood doing? Selling food. And then when he go back home somewhere. He probably live inside of there. That's it, because that thing always open. All the cats and dogs go missing. And I wonder why. I wonder where they go. They your dad going fried rice. Yo, they eat rice and mice. Right? You wonder why that rice so good. Man, this little chicken rice, yeah, it's mice rice. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm just saying. They come in there, hey, what about the Arabs? The Arabs. What they doing in the hood? At the corner store, selling your edge cream. You know what I'm saying? Selling, they selling your goddamn lace fronts. They over there selling leggings and provocative clothes. Fixing phones. Oh yeah, iPhone, bro. Oh yeah, they might put a tracking device in there. They might put a tracking device in your phone when they fix it. And you wonder why you're getting snatched up. What about the East? None of your business. That's what it is. It's none of your business. Keep it moving. It's not the 1800s no more, boy. You straight tell the white man, you a goddamn devil to your face, and you a pedophile in the free. You see two young girls right here, they want to stop. Get out of here, man. They just snatching up for y'all, man. I'm tired of the white man snatching up our young women, man.
Right.
I'm gonna tell the devil, you a goddamn devil to your face and prepare for captivity. Because that's what's coming to it. But nevertheless, we have become low than any race. Because of what?
And be kept under this day.
Be kept under this day
In all the world.
In all the world because of what?
Because of our sin.
Because of our sins. See, because of stuff like that, we want to walk hand in hand with the person we got. But we don't know that we got real ox out here. The dad of the nations, these people are in opposition to you. They hate you. That's why they push hypersexualism. That's why when I get pregnant, you don't know how to raise the next generation. The dad dead or locked up or homosexual, right? You know what I'm saying? And he don't want to get hot to your feet of his priorities, right? Y'all know what sin is? What is sin? That sounds like insanity. That sounds like insanity. To do the same thing over and over again and not looking for a different result doing the same thing. You're gonna be insane. That's the definition of insanity. This is like sin. Be insane. We insane. We murdering each other. We eating all manners of abominable foods. That's not good foods. We fornicating and kicking off the multiple partners. Right? You know what I'm saying? We go to all these things that sin. Right? You gotta get out of that issue of God says sin. Give me First John 3, full resistance. Because the church teaches you prosperity. Where do you prosper from? You need to know what sin is. First John 3. Whosoever committed sin, transgression. Also the law. You know what a transgression is? A transgression is like, okay, they got laws, right? In this world, but like this, we're gonna stop fighting. Or we go to jail, right? You know what I'm saying? Hey, you rob somebody, right? This is what's gonna happen. You get locked up. You know what I'm saying? You kill somebody, what's gonna happen? You get locked up, right? Or you get killed. You know what I'm saying? But sin is when you break God's law. A transgression is to break it, is to go against it. God said, hey, keep my commandments, right? If you don't keep my commandments and my laws, you break them, right? You're breaking the law, right? So we got to start breaking the laws, sisters, right? Do y'all know what the laws are? What's the laws of God? Or the commandments, right? Sure. Yeah, he always right. What's his word? Y'all know that we gotta lay down with a man. That's what comes to us. Sex. And people lays with a man, they come together, they're joined as one flesh. That's not getting down with one knee, sing the ring, and say, I want you to be my wife, and all this stuff. No, that's not marriage. Right? That's the contract. What consummates that contract is the connection of flesh. Right? You know what I'm saying? Blood. Right? Because a lot of women, they are virgin. bleed and stuff like that. That's the covenant. That's your man. And he's supposed to be the Israelite, right? But that's not how it goes. What you said, all having sex with multiple partners, that's not called committing adultery. Right? The Lord said, thou shalt not commit adultery. And it said, thou shalt not bear witness. Right? Lying against someone. But because a lie on somebody, you got that episode?
Exodus chapter 22, and verse 16. And if a man entice a man,
Mars entice a man.
There's a whole bunch of stuff. Like,
He was a Irish guy.
that's what I'm talking about. Like,
if a man entice a maid, that is not betrothed,
That is not betrothed, and she's not engaged to nobody.
and lie with her,
Lay down with her.
go visit them. Do what you want to do.
surely down her.
Surely they
But
count the Lord's life.
I know, but he said not to judge. I'm not trying to judge.
Pay it down.
I'm not going to judge. That don't mean yes, he does.
You're supposed to go to the compound. Right? The Lord is doing.
He said leave that to him. That's for him. It's not us. Because we're imperfect, just like everybody else. We may not be doing the same thing they doing, but we just attack it the same way. Because we all get our own thing.
Right.
If you think about it. Judge not according to the purity of Jewish righteousness. What's scripture say? John 17. Hold up. Let me see this. I mean, yes, but it has to be the smart type of judge. Like, okay, say, hang around the type of people. You gotta judge what type of people. Yeah, like you have to do that type of thing. Like, way too rare.
We gotta get to that understanding of who we are. Because we gotta get this mindset of being black. Everything around black resembles death, everything is evil and wicked. We gotta come back to being children of light, like most of our days. As we get into all that, sex and being dirty, like this,
Don't be judging somebody else.
we know what that is. We know what examples to follow after. Our people follow after everything.
Then we have free will.
Our people follow after these examples that they put on TV, the rappers, the rapper women, the gag on the nigger men, or whatever the case may be. We follow after all of these bad examples. We got to start coming back to these examples of our fathers, right? We have men and women that come from these men right here. We got to come back to being God's chosen people, the Israelites, not the Israeli man, not the Israeli people. We are the Israelites according to the Bible. We got to show you this. Give me the book of that. Give me that right quick. Deuteronomy 28:1, and then 15. Go to Deuteronomy 28 and verse 54. Really, verse 55. Go ahead.
It's Deuteronomy 28:1.
Huh?
And it shall come to pass.
The Lord, and this is Moses. Y'all know about Moses? What Moses do?
I heard that he did something about he split the Great Sea River.
He split the Red Sea. Okay. And what you
That's the
hear?
only thing I knew. So,
Okay.
He brought his people with him,
Who was his people?
his believers.
Who was the believers that Moses believed in? That believed in Moses. Because Moses believed in the same thing them people believed in. Go to it. I bring that out. Deuteronomy Exodus 14. When he split the sea. I think it's 14 and start at verse 12.
Exodus chapter 14 and verse 22.
Yeah, 22. I knew it was.
And the children
12.
of Israel.
And the who?
And the children of Israel.
Hold on. Start up at verse like a couple verses.
Exodus 14 to 21.
And
Moses stretched out his hand.
Yeah, I already said, right? He stretched out his hand. Go ahead.
Over the sea.
Over the sea.
And the Lord caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind that night.
I mean, that's when he parted the sea. It's not a story. It's a real thing that actually happened. Go ahead.
And made the sea dry land.
And he made everything. So imagine this is the sea. He made everything in the middle of it dry. Go ahead.
And the waters were divided. And the children of Israel.
The who?
The children of Israel.
Nah, the niggas.
The children of Israel.
The American blacks.
The children of Israel.
The children of Israel.
Went into the midst of the sea.
And they walked through the middle of it. As the waters is parted up like this, he made two big walls of water. He made the land dry right here, and the children of Israel walked on through it. Moses, through the spirit and power of God, God gave Moses that power to lead his people out of Egypt, up into the promised land, up into the wilderness rather. Go ahead.
You going on that?
No, that's it. That's it. That's what Moses did. He did that for the children of Israel, right? That's what Moses did for his people. Now go back to that Deuteronomy 28. So Moses, this is after the Red Sea was parted, right? This is after they walked through the sea into dry land, on the dry land, right? You know what I'm saying? And this is when he started to give them the laws of God on what they should do or they're going to get when they keep God's law, right? And what's going to happen if you don't keep God's law, right? Go ahead, bring that out.
It's Deuteronomy 28:1.
Uh-huh.
And it shall come to pass.
Look, I'm going to make this real quick. I know y'all got to go. I'm going to speed it up for y'all. I want y'all to know who y'all are before y'all leave here because it's important.
I like this.
It's important. Yeah, we got cards. Because y'all really got to know who y'all are because going into that church, I ain't going to tell y'all who y'all are. So we're gonna run through this right fast. Bring it out.
Deuteronomy 28:1.
Uh-huh.
And it shall come to pass.
It shall come to pass, meaning in the far or near future, it's going to come to pass. It's a prophecy. A prophecy is a foretelling of something. If it come true, that prophecy was true. If it don't come true, then that prophecy was false. Go ahead, bring it out.
It shall come to pass if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
After you listen to God's voice, which is his word, keeping his commandments, go ahead.
To do, to observe and to do all his commandments.
Uh-huh. What's his word again?
To observe and to do all his commandments.
All of God's word. Go ahead.
Which I command thee this day.
Uh-huh.
That the Lord thy God will set thee on high.
He's going to set us on high. Above who?
All nations.
Above where?
All nations.
And as y'all can tell, right? We are not above all these nations of the earth, are we? We set below. Right? So the Lord said it's going to come to pass, and guess what? And we did listen to him. We're going to be above all these nations. Right? Hop down and see what he said if we don't.
Verse 15.
It's the flip side to that.
But it shall come to pass if thou wilt not hearken.
If you don't listen, to God's word, what's going to happen?
Unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Uh-huh.
To observe to do all his commandments.
Uh-huh.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day.
Uh-huh.
That all these curses.
All these what?
All these curses.
Is curses a good thing or a bad thing? It's always a bad thing. God said now if you don't listen, God's going to put curses on you as a punishment. Right? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
All these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
And it's going to overtake you. Hop down on one of these curses. Let's see.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
What people live in the ghettos?
The city,
What people living there?
ghetto people, or black people.
So-called black people. Did you know that the definition for the word ghetto means where the Jews are required to live? Because why can't we live?
The Holocaust. It
Huh?
said something about that in the Holocaust.
See, but did you know that the Holocaust wasn't real?
Really?
The first Holocaust was our Holocaust when they put us on chains and boats from the sub-Saharan.
Oh my gosh, they teach us so much stuff that we don't.
But they don't want to teach us about what we actually need to know.
It's a reason.
I wanted to learn about stuff about like the mermaids and stuff. and
Guess
what's
what?
really going on in the
Guess what? And guess what? Guess where you can find that out at? In this book right here. That's why it's the world's famous book. It's prophecies in here and it's promise in here. It's prophecies that's coming to pass, that came to pass, and prophecies that's yet to come to pass. And we gotta be reading this. Because one of them prophecies said that if we don't listen, guess what? We're gonna be cursed. What people gotta break generational curses in this world? Us. What people gotta make a movement, Black Lives Matter? Why we gotta let the world know that our lives matter?
So they won't try to overpower us.
So they won't do it again, so they won't kill us again.
About us.
Because we already forgotten about it. That's why we gotta let the people know our lives matter. Stop killing us in the streets. Stop taking our girls from off the streets and raping our women. Stop sodomizing and making our men homosexuals. Stop doing it. Right? Why we gotta let our people, why we gotta let the world know? A Chinese man, they gotta let them know that. A white man, they gotta let the world know that his life matter. An East Indian man can come all the way over here, get loans and all these other things while we still sitting here, all these buildings and streets that we done paved off of slavery. Precept? Jeremiah 16:19. I'm gonna go to 68. Go to 68.
Verse 68.
And then we're gonna get that 16 because I know they gotta go.
Verse 68.
Now, this is one thing that happened to no other race of people. Let me ask y'all a question. Moses freed the children of Israel out of Egypt, right? What was the children of Israel doing in Egypt? Were they on vacation?
No, I think they faced slavery.
They were slaves. The children of Israel were slaves. What people today in America were slaves? So-called African Americans, right? Moses prophesied this thing right here. Because when Moses, we just read it, right? In Exodus. When Moses freed his people out of Egypt, how did they get out of Egypt? What form of transportation?
The river.
They came through the river, but how?
He split it and dried it for his people.
And he dried it for his people, and his people did what? They
walked.
walked across it. Now, why is Moses about to prophesy something? He's about to foretell something. This is damn near 3,000 something years ago that he said this to the children of Israel at that time. He said, this is gonna happen as a curse to all your generations for not keeping God's commandments. Let's see what Moses has prophesied. Listen to this.
This the book of
Listen to this, sister. Listen to what Moses is about to tell the children of Israel right now.
This the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
He's telling this. Imagine Moses is speaking up on a big high mountain and telling the children of Israel, God said, if y'all do not keep my commandments, I'm gonna bring you back to Egypt again. What do you think all them people down there that Moses was talking to were thinking about when he said Egypt? Slavery. So Moses is telling the children of Israel, they're talking about something. We go back into slavery again for what? Go ahead, keep reading.
With ships.
What?
With ships.
What form of transportation?
With ships.
What people was in slavery on ships today?
Today?
Yeah,
Us.
us. Moses said that guess what? The children of Israel are gonna go back into slavery again. He prophesied this thousands of years ago. He said to your children, your children's children, y'all gonna go back into slavery again, but y'all not gonna go into that same Egypt no more. Like how y'all walked out of Egypt through the Red Sea. This time y'all gonna go to Egypt, slavery again, by way of ship. What people that happened to? He said, what people went into slavery on ships?
American or African.
So-called African Americans. Moses said this to the Israelites. So if Moses said that to the Israelites, and that came true. Let's just finish reading. Go ahead, finish reading.
With ships.
With ships.
By the way, whereof I spake unto thee.
He spoke to you in Exodus, saying what?
Thou shalt see it no more.
You ain't gonna see the same Egyptians no more, the same land of Egypt no more. Go ahead.
And there
What happened?
ye shall be sold.
What happened when we got out those slave ships?
Ye shall be sold.
What people sold us off the slave ships?
White
The white man. Let's see what God called them.
Unto your enemy.
Now unto your friends.
Unto your enemy.
Who is the white man?
Unto your enemy.
Unto your enemies. For what?
For bondmen.
For slave man
and bondwomen.
and slave woman.
And no man shall buy.
And nobody gonna be able to redeem you. Not Martin Luther King, not Malcolm X, not Harriet Tubman, not Rosa Parks. You know what I'm saying? God prophesied this through Moses and said that guess what? The children of Israel, your children, your descendants, you are going to be the ancestors of those who I'm going to send into captivity for what you did.
Right.
Moses spoke that to the Israelites then. And that happened now. Does that make that word prophecy true? Or does that make it false? Because what people went into slavery on slave ships?
Our
Our ancestors. Who are our ancestors?
Harriet Tubman.
No, who are our
Oh,
ancestors?
Judah. The Israelites.
Because who was Moses talking to?
The Israelites.
Read verse 29. Read verse 29.
Verse 20, 29 and 1.
29 and 1.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
These are the words of the covenant which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel.
Nah, black folk.
With the children of Israel.
African
With
Americans.
the children of Israel.
American blacks.
With the children of Israel.
He made the Most High, he commanded Moses to speak this to the children of Israel. Who descendants we are of. We are the descendants of them. So we went into slavery today. If our people went into slavery, somewhat 200 years ago, right? If our people went into slavery, and Moses prophesied this and said this 3,000 something years ago, that this is going to happen to your people. And he said that was to the Israelites. Who would that make us today if that happened to us? Who would we be? What would our nationality be, y'all? The Israelites. The Israelites, right? So we got to start keeping God's commandments, right? Because God said this would happen to us if we didn't keep God's commandments. Can I give y'all one commandment y'all can leave? that y'all can start keeping? Give me Deuteronomy 22 and 5.
Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse number 5.
Uh-huh.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are an abomination unto the Lord thy God.
You know what an abomination is? It's a great disgust. It's nasty, right? Because what is a man's garment that a woman shouldn't wear? What do men wear? I'm talking about outwardly, outward clothes. Like, what do men wear outwardly?
They just
The chest hair. Now, like, I'm talking about, like,
hoodies.
clothing.
Like hoodies, short hoodies.
What I got on?
I got on hoodies, sweatpants,
Tennis shoes, right? Do I have a dress on?
No.
If I was out here with a dress saying telling you to keep the commandments of God, would you take me serious?
No.
Would you have even stopped?
No.
You would have kept on walking. I go, like, what the hell is he on? Telling me I gotta keep God's commandments, talk about God, and I got on a rainbow skirt and my hairy legs out. That's crazy. That's crazy, right? Go ahead. So hold up. So basically, men ought to wear pants, right? So what is this? So if I, like I just said, if I had on a skirt out here, would y'all take me serious? Because I'm not supposed to have on what?
A skirt.
And women not supposed to have on what?
Men clothes.
Men clothes, which are what?
Sweatpants.
Pants.
Or like,
Just pants. Just pants. Because let me ask you a question. When y'all wear jeans, what y'all use the zipper for?
To zip up the, our private.
Ain't nothing sticking out of there. Did you pee out of there? How would they know it is covered up, even with the zipper on? Bring it out.
This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 2 and verse 9. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
Modest apparel. It's not talking about looking like a grandma, Harriet Tubman, or nothing like that. You could be modest. You could cover up, right? Because the reason for women wearing pants was to show, it came from an actual homosexual woman named Elizabeth Smith Miller back in like the early 1800s, well, mid 1800s, right? Like 1850 or something like that. She was a homosexual. She liked dealing with women, right? And she wanted to be like a man, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's, and then in like the 60s, they started to make they started to push that narrative to so-called black women to make them independent. They don't need a man. We could do the same thing a man can do, right? They could do that. They could do everything a man can do except for produce their own babies. You know what I'm saying? Up until then, right? So the whole reason for women wearing pants is to hypersexualize them. Because a lot of the times when women leave out the house and they put them pants on, what they gonna do in the mirror before they leave?
Look in the mirror.
And look at what? Make sure what? Make sure their pants fitting. She's smiling because she know what she looking at. She go in the mirror and do one of these. She pull her pants up and she do one of those, don't you? You see your mama do it. I know your mama do it. Yeah. I know your mama do it. Because it shows off the assets, right? But these things is supposed to be for modest. They're supposed to be for your husband. Your husband's supposed to, the man that you choose to open yourself up to is supposed to see that side of you. Not everybody in the goddamn street. Let me ask you a question. If somebody was selling lollipops without a wrapper, would you take it?
No.
So why you want to be out here displaying everything and displaying all of your goodies and your sweet stuff to everybody that don't deserve it? You know what I'm saying? You got to cover that up, young sisters. You got to put on a dress because that's a commandment of God. And a lot of the times the reason why our women get snatched up, men look at them a certain kind of way, or they look at them like a piece of meat, right? You even got grown men walking past or driving past. I just seen one right there in that damn car right there, looking at our rear end because it's sticking out. Because I got pants on. Yeah, it make you cringe, don't it? It make you cringe. He probably older than me, right? And he's sitting there looking like, ugh. That's the look he was just looking at, licking his mouth, like a hungry dog, right? See, I gotta see wearing dresses and being modest. It's protection for y'all. It protects y'all because a man not gonna know how to approach y'all. They ain't gonna approach y'all like you just a quick hit. They're gonna be like, how you doing?
I'll hold the door for you. You like books and stuff? I'm a scholar. I like reading books. You like reading books? They ain't gonna know how to talk to you, right? They probably won't even say nothing to you, right? So it's God's commandment that our women wear dresses and cover up. Y'all think y'all able to do that for God?
Most definitely, like in summertime and stuff, you know.
Right,
Like,
but not during the winter. I'm not gonna think because my mom was not gonna let me wear no dress during winter.
Look, you could have leggings on, but under a skirt, under a dress. It's like underclothes. You know what I'm saying? You can have it on under. It's look. See, a lot of women say, "Oh, but it's cold. You can cover your legs up." My wife and my daughter. She 9 years old. They wear dresses summer, spring, winter, fall. They wear them all season round, right? And I know it's not gonna be throw all my pants away right now and just get dresses because y'all young. Y'all don't got no job. Y'all mom got to pay for y'all stuff more than likely. You know what I'm saying? But when y'all, you know what I'm saying, when y'all able to get some, hey, mom, I like this dress right here. Can you buy me this skirt? You know what I'm saying? Can you buy me this, mom? Hey, and guess what? Your light might shine upon her and she might start wearing dresses. You might like, damn, daughter, you look real good. I like how you put that skirt together. That shirt and that skirt match. Damn, that's nice. Why you don't wear your leggings no more? You know, mom, you know, God said. You say, God said, ooh, God said. Oh, let me start reading that Bible. Start seeing your Bible more. See you start reading more. So look, sisters, I don't want to talk y'all up too much. Take these flyers. These is a starter pack, right?
I got one quick point.
On some commandments that y'all could start keeping. You got to point out.
Yeah,
Bring it out.
yeah, just a quick point. When I was y'all age, I was working at Northwest Plaza when it was over. And I used to scare that I'm like, that she always wore tight clothes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Looking good too. But she ain't like me though. You know, I kept trying to holler at her, and then I figured out what she wanted to hear. Next thing I know, we was at the crib. But the point is a man, a young boy, we visual. So
Yep.
we lust. If it's out there, we want it. But guess what? Even if you don't like them, have y'all ever heard of the story of Adam and Eve? What happened to Eve?
She put the apple.
Well, it wasn't no apple, but the point I'm making is she went and talked to the serpent, right?
Uh-huh.
The serpent told her what she wanted to hear. And he got what he wanted.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? For her to go against God.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what you got. Men are crafty. And if you already got it out there, then they put you in the box with the other women that got it out there. Because a lot of women, they don't look at it like that, but a lot of harlots, a lot of strippers and stuff, they all wear the same clothes. So to a man, you in that same category. You in that same category.
Uh-huh.
And he might be ugly to you. But guess what? Me and my man, wicked. All a man gotta do is just say the right thing in your ear.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? You might think that you can get around it, but you can't.
Can I ask y'all a
Because he
question?
know your ticket.
Let me tell y'all something. It's 5 lions walking down the street. 5 lions walking down the street. 2 of them lions don't eat meat. Are you gonna stand there to figure out which 2 don't eat meat?
No.
It's just like that. You hanging around all women that's dressing provocative, dressing with leggings on, dressing with tight-fitted clothes on, but you're not the one that's a whore. But all of your friends are whores, right? Okay, and guess what? You might look. He gonna come and pick you.
Saying amongst men.
It's a saying amongst men.
If our friends are whole,
She birds of a feather flock together, right? You know what I'm saying? Like you just said, if you see 10 lions walking down the street, you ain't gonna figure out they ate the 2 that don't eat meat. You gonna get the hell on. You gonna run, just like men, right? He not looking in your mind and saying, oh, she different. So look, all in all, I said, sister, through the spirit and power of the Most High, hey, we Israelites, sister. We gotta start coming back to who we are as a nationality, coming back and Lord, loving each other as a people. You can't call yourself a black woman no more, right? What's your nationality?
Israelites.
From what tribe?
Judah.
That's right, sisters. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High, y'all. All praise to the Most High. Good to talk to y'all. All praise to the Most High. Lord willing, y'all look at these flyers. Get in y'all Bible. Open it up. Let me leave y'all with a walk-off precept. Revelation 1 and 3. And I'm gonna let y'all walk off into the sun.
This book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 3.
Bring it out.
Blessed is he that reads,
Blessed is he that read.
and they that hear the words of this prophecy,
Uh-huh.
and keep those things which are written therein.
Keep those commandments, sisters.
For the time is at hand.
And the end of days is at hand. Y'all don't want to get caught up out here in strange apparel. Because all these women out here wearing skin-tight clothes, them clothes going to be painted on them. Burnt on them. Burnt on them. They ain't going to be able to peel them leggings off of them no more. Their skin going to be fried turkey. You ever seen tendonism? It's going to be falling off the bone out here. You don't want to be falling off the bone. You want to go home. That's right. So put a skirt on, sisters. All praise to the Most High.
All right, black girls.
See that? See that? What's your nationality? That's right. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High, man. Hey, man. All praise to the Most High. Give you the book of Sirach, chapter 33, verse 17. Man, that's...
33 and verse number 17.
All
Book of
praises.
Sirach,
Consider
chapter 30.
that I labor not for myself only,
Uh-huh.
but for all them that seek learning.
What was them sisters?
But for all them that seek learning.
Hey, all them sisters, hey, they out here, hey, they seeking learning, man. Right? This is what we come out here for, man. They out here seeking learning, man. Hey, look, and you could tell, like, their mom has done a good job with them. Their mom's doing something right. You know what I'm saying? Their mom might not be all the way right, probably still eating abominable food, but they gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? They gonna get there one day, Lord willing. They take that flyer, they look into it, right? They start studying, they start reading, they get built up. Hey, next thing you know, they come out here, man, and hear the world, and they reach out. So our wives and the sisters that's in this thing could edify them more, man, right? You know what I'm saying? Through the Spirit, Lord willing, man. Because that's what we out here do. We ain't out here do it for the scoffers and the scorners and the mockers, right? We ain't out here for them, right? We out here for all them that seek learning, right? Give me the book. Give me the book. Give me the book. What I want to get. I don't know. Give me anything y'all got, man. Just give me anything y'all got. Give me Isaiah 19 and 1. And give me the book of 2 chapter 15.
Isaiah chapter 19.
19 and verse 1.
Isaiah chapter 19 and verse number 1. The burden of Egypt. Behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence.
It's gonna be what?
Shall be moved at his presence.
All these idols in Egypt, the money, the theater, all of these goddamn things is gonna be moved, man. Right? It's more there. He gonna come in a great cloud, man. And that great cloud he coming through is the fathership. Right? That fathership is coming. Go ahead, keep reading.
And the heart of Egypt
Uh-huh.
shall melt in the midst of it.
And the what?
And the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it.
And the heart of Egypt is gonna melt. Right? That's gonna be a daggone tractor beam, man. Coming down and burning up the damn heart of Egypt. Washington, D.C. is gonna burn. Right? The capital, the nation's capital is gonna burn. It's gonna start there. Go ahead.
And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians.
What are you gonna do?
I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians.
2 Ezra 6 and 24. Go ahead.
And they shall fight every one against his brother.
You're gonna do what?
And they shall fight every one against his brother.
Hey, y'all ready for that? Y'all ready for the race wars that's happening? Huh? Yeah. When that white man come and kick your door down with an AR-15 and put it down your mouth, you're gonna keep your head down there. You're gonna blow your damn head off your damn shoulders, man. That's what's problem with our people. They think they're too good to talk to their own people. Uno momento. Come here the Bible, brother. For all y'all, see that? Northern Kingdom, man. Walking around with a bush and a freaking damn thing in his face, man. Right? Think they too good for their own people. But let us been a white man up here talking about some brother. Come and hear the prosperous word of the Lord Jesus Christ. They would have came. Right? But guess what? But hold that, but when this happened right here, where they gonna be at? Bring that out, Op.
This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 6 and 54.
24.
Chapter 6 and verse 24.
Uh-huh.
At this time shall friends fight one against another.
What's Billy and Gunther?
Shall friends fight?
No, not
one
Billy. No,
against another.
Salaki. Hold on, Salaki. Read it from the top. Not Billy and Gunther, but Billy and Deontay.
At this time shall friends fight one against another.
Jaquan and Hunter?
Fight one against another.
Ain't gonna be no daggone, hey, buddy on buddy. I'm a friend with a white man holding hand with my buddy. Right? Ain't gonna be no more, hey, I'm gonna be married to Elam. These East Indians, man, that smell like salt and pepper, man. Right? And hot curry and turmeric. Right? You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna be friends with them no more, man. Right? They walk around, they're gonna having a dookie throwing contest every year. Right? They walk around literally daggone taking big piles of daggone cow poop and elephant doodoo, making big balls and hitting themselves in the head with dookie turds, man. Right? Making daggone a turd man. They can't even say it's a snowman, it's a turd man. You balling up like a damn dung beetle, you getting it big, you doing all of this, then you put it on top, then you put a damn elephant nose on it, then you bow your head down to it, man. Right? Got these daggone East Indians out here worshiping dookie, man. Finish reading that out.
Shall friends fight one against another.
They're gonna fight against another in these days, man.
Like enemies.
Like what?
Like enemies.
Like enemies, man. Go ahead.
And the earth shall stand in fear with them.
And the earth gonna stand in fear with them, man. It's gonna be race wars is coming, man. Race wars is coming, right? Civil war, civil unrest. And all y'all walking up and down the Del Mar Loop without a care in the world, when this famine kick off, y'all already see the gas prices going up. It's about to be $4. It's gonna be a moment we're gonna have to ration out how far you drive. You better go invest in the goddamn horse that they got in you, right? Get the real horsepower. Cause that's what's gonna need, that's what's gonna happen. That's what's coming to pass, right? Friends gonna fight against one another, man. Ain't gonna be no, I'm gonna be walking hand in hand with the white man. Cause that's what he gonna do. He gonna go back to his own people. He gonna go back to his own goddamn people, man, right? Ain't gonna be no more, Jake walk around with a daggone Glock with a switch on it, gonna hit that button. They gonna hit that button, guess what? You're gonna fall back on your face, right? You gonna be discombobulated, man. You gonna be like an inverted controller. Left gonna be right and right gonna be left, right? Down gonna be up and up gonna be down. You ain't gonna know what the hell going on, right? Then gonna brain boiling, nose bleeding, ears hurting. Gonna hit you with a damn discombobulator, man. Go back to that Isaiah 19.
Isaiah 19 and verse 2.
What you want to tell her, the hun? Beyonce.
Isaiah 19 and verse number 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians.
Said the Egyptians are gonna go set against the Egyptians. Civil war is coming to America, man. Civil war is coming to America, man. Race wars is happening, right? Ain't gonna be no more Chinese man with a daggone East Indian man. Ain't gonna be no more East Indian woman with a damn white man, right? I just seen the other day that Elam out here getting ready for Easter, man. What the hell you doing? What the hell you gonna do with Easter? You drunk. Got these nations drunk, man. Babylon did a good job on y'all people, man. On all the people that come here. Everybody come here just drunk as hell. Just drunk. They get down to the program. Now you got down Lee Wayne put on a goddamn 3-piece suit celebrating Christmas, man. Right? You got the damn Arabs with a throw on with a Christmas throw. Right? Putting candy canes on top of a tree. This is madness, man. Right? Go to the book of Isaiah chapter 13. In verse 13. All praise to the Most High, man. What's going on? And with that, giving all honor and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, we do so in the name of the Son, Yahweh Shai, Salak. Come here, Shai.
All right, what's going on, brother? I know you was on a run. All right, you got a couple minutes? You got a couple minutes? Hear the words of the Lord? 2 minutes. All praise. That's all we need, man. That's all we need. You believe in God? Of course. All right, you read the Bible?
Slack on the Bible a little bit.
All right, give me Revelation chapter 1 and verse 3. All right. Give me James chapter 1 and verse 22. All right.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 3.
Now you want to get blessed from God, right? Yeah. You want blessings, right? You want to get prosperous, right? Read that.
Blessed is he that reads.
What did God say?
Blessed is he that reads.
God said you blessed if you read. Because to learn about God is not just a whisper in your ear at nighttime. No, his words are right here. Written down by his prophets and men that was moving in his spirit. Read on.
And they hear the words of this prophet.
So you hear the words, read on.
and keep those things which are written therein.
And do what?
And keep those things which are written therein.
Because there's things that's written down that you have to live by, brother.
Right.
You can't just say you love God, but you do nothing of God. What are the works of God that he wants us to do? What do we have to do to show our faith to the Most High? And I'm asking. A lot of people don't know. They say they love God, but how do you love God? How do you show your love towards God?
Discipline, my point of view.
Okay. Well, if you're one, this is like you married. Yeah, are you married? You have a. Well, if you had a woman, she'll tell you. Well, she have a love language. These are the things that I want you to do to show your love towards me. It's an action. God has the same thing. Give me that. 1 John 5:3. Because everybody says they love God. But their love for God is different from this person. The things they do is different from this person. No, God has a love language. This is how you love God. Read that.
This is the book of 1 John.
I want that
chapter
James.
5 and verse 3. For this is the love of God.
This is the love of God that we what?
That we keep his commandments.
Now we do whatever we want to
That
do.
we keep his commandments. And his commandments are not grievous.
So how do you show God you love him? How do you show God you love him?
Like, if you ask me personally?
So hold on. And see, with a woman, she'd be ready to leave you. Because you ain't listening. She's showing you how to love her, how to keep her, what to do. I love physical touch, but you're not listening. How do you think God is feeling? You have to listen, brother. Read that.
For this is the love of God.
Said what?
For this is the love of God.
God's literally finna tell you how to show his love. If you really love him.
That we keep his commandments.
How do you love God?
That we keep his commandments.
To love God is to do what he said. Keep his commandments.
Right.
And he's showing you love because all of his commandments are good for us. So how do you love God? There you go, brother. So do you know some commandments?
Honestly, is one of them thou shalt not kill?
Yeah, thou shalt not kill. All right, everybody know that one. That's a big one. But a lot of our people like killing. All right, they love killing. They boast about how many bodies they got. That's a new thing. Glorified. All right, up in the score. That's the thing. All right, read that, James.
It's the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 22. And it reads, but be ye hearers of the word.
Read that from the top.
James 1 and 22. But be ye doers of the word.
Do what?
Be ye doers of the word.
The Lord said you have to be doers of the word. Meaning you hear the word and you apply the word. It's not just hear the word and, okay, that felt good. No, that's not enough with the Most High. You have to apply the things that he's telling you because it's for your good. He's not going to tell you to do something and it's going to destroy you. All right? Read that.
It said, but be ye doers of the word and not hearers only.
And not just hearers, read.
Deceiving your own selves.
And that it deceives you just to hear it, something that's profitable for you, but you don't take heed to it. All right? So you working out, man. All right? Somebody that's like overweight, the doctor might tell them, look, you need to start working. You need to run X amount of miles. You need to do this and do that. If they don't take heed to that, that's going to destroy them. Because the doctor's telling them that to do what? For them to what? To better themselves. God's telling you this to better our lives. This is the way that we're supposed to live. Now, can we give you 3 commandments before you run off, literally, before you literally run off on how to love God? All right? Give me what y'all got.
That's the book of Leviticus. That was chapter 19 and verse number 27.
Now, give me 11 and 7 real quick, since the brother working out, getting cut.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 11 and verse 7. And it reads, and the swine.
In the what?
And the
You
swine.
eat pork, brother? No pork. Okay, all praise to the Most High. That's good. What's bad with pork?
I heard a lot of things about it. Some people say that, that the ordinance
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, what does it do to people? Right, high cholesterol, right? Gout, diabetes,
Cancer,
a lot of things, man.
hepatitis.
It mess with your brain. You said what? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But read that.
Say, and the swine, though he be cloven-footed. Sorry. And the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you.
What did God say?
He is unclean to you.
Read.
Of their flesh shall you not eat.
God's telling you, don't eat it. God's telling you this.
Uh-huh.
Read, of their flesh shall you not eat.
And their carcass shall you not touch. They are unclean to you.
They're unclean. Isn't that love from the Most High to tell you, look, don't eat that? Because we see on a physical level what it does to our people.
Right.
It kills you.
Right.
So you should show that same love back to the Most High by doing what he said. Because it's for your good.
That's right.
Let's read on.
It said, and it's like verse 9, read on. These shall ye eat of all that are in the water.
What's the things you eat that come out the waters? What kind of fish?
Salmon, red snapper,
Uh-huh.
tilapia.
Any bottom feeders? Shrimp, crab, shrimp, crab, lobster. Okay. Let's see what God said.
These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters. Whatsoever have fins and scales.
So God said they gotta have fins and they gotta have scales, right? Of what you can't eat that come out the waters. What has fins and scales that come out the waters? Fish. That's it. That's all you can eat. Fins is, you gotta have fins and scales. What's the things you name that don't got fins and scales that you eat?
Shrimp.
Lobster. All of those are bottom, they call bottom feeders. These are the things that filter out to the ocean.
That's right.
It's literally, they clean the ocean, they keep it, that's why the Lord created them. Just like the pig on the farm, it eats up all the slop, keeps the farm clean, you kind of throw things to it, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it was made for.
Right.
So it's a garbage disposal.
Exactly.
And that's the same thing the bottom feeders.
Exactly.
They even used to feed, you know what I'm saying, lobster to indentured servants, slaves, poor people. Prisoners.
Right.
Now they made it a delicacy, and now they're profiting off of unclean food. When God just said, you only can eat things that got fins and they got scales.
Right.
And those are, I mean, every time you eat some clean fish that got fins and scales, it just tastes so fresh and clean, and it's good.
I know that red snapper.
The red snapper, the cod, the salmon, all that.
Right.
It's fire.
Especially when it's cooked right.
Right? It's fire. All right?
Perfect.
Read that.
It says, have fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall you eat. And all that have not fins
And whatever don't have fins and scales,
and it's like in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you.
God said they're an abomination. And God hates abominations.
Any living thing.
So, and if you fear the Most High, you will love it not. All right, so no pork, no bottom feeders. Can you stop the shrimp, crab, and lobster for God?
I mean, yeah, I could.
You could.
Am I going to? Except for debate.
So are you going? So basically, you know what I'm saying? And all, just to summarize it up, what you just said is, will I show my love to God? Maybe. I might show my love to God, or I might just do my own thing and say F God. That's basically what you said.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question.
So do you really love God?
Let me ask you a question.
What's the question?
So, if, let's say I'm born on the other side of the world and I have no idea about this,
Uh-huh.
and I grow up completely different religion, am I closed off from God because?
Give me Isaiah 59:1 real quick.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 59 and verse 1.
Give me Matthew 24 and I believe 30, no, not 36. We said the gospel shall be preached to the whole world. All right, read that.
Behold, the Lord's hand is not short, that it cannot save. Neither is his ear heavy, that he cannot hear.
All right.
But your iniquity.
But your what?
But your iniquity have separated. Have separated between you and your God.
Right, so our sins, meaning when we break God's law, that's what separates us from the Most High. Now, give me John 1:17 real quick. Because that's the whole point of, you heard of Jesus, right? That's the whole point of who they call Jesus, is to give you the grace and mercy to be able to turn back to the Lord. Because everybody's gonna have their time when they're gonna be revealed the knowledge of the truth of what to do and how to serve the Most High. And it's up to the Lord's mercy and grace for him to turn back to you, or you to turn back to him. All right, read that real quick.
This is the book of John, chapter 1 and verse 17. For the law was given by Moses.
For the what?
For the law was given by Moses.
Right, the law was given by Moses, but what?
But grace.
But what?
But grace.
See, right now you have grace. You have the opportunity to receive the word now, right? God's gonna bring the word to his servants. If he wants you to hear this word to turn back to him, hey, the Lord's gonna have mercy for you to, the Spirit be poured upon you, and you repent and turn back to him and start to do the things that's right. Read on.
But grace and truth came by Jesus Christ.
And that's through the Lord, who they call Jesus. We call him Hypersexualization in the Hebrew, right? To give him that grace and that mercy to turn back to him. Now you got that precept?
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 14. And it reads, and this gospel.
And this what?
And this gospel.
And this gospel, meaning the same way you just received the word, you never heard this before. This gospel
of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world.
And what?
In all the world.
In all the world of the nation of Israel, they're gonna get an opportunity to receive this word. Whether it be on the internet, you know what I'm saying? Whether it be in person like you right now, you're gonna get an opportunity, a seed that's gonna be thrown your way, right? And it's up to the Most High, first and foremost, and the spirit that person is in to receive the word, and then they grow, right? And they start to do the things of the Most High, right? So, hey, they gotta turn back. It's really up to the Lord.
Can I make a point too?
Con, give me John 15:16. Con, you go ahead.
So, now say that you remember the analogy with the doctor, right? And you know what I'm saying? Now say
The big person.
say this person, to be a glutton is a sin. That's eating anything you do. If it's not a balance, then in all reality it's abomination to God. So you're gonna reap repercussions of it. The point is, if that person never heard this, the repercussions still gonna happen.
Right.
So if you on the other side of the earth and you don't know that God said don't eat pork, it is bad for you, and he gonna die. Still, he gonna still have health problems. So that's the answer to your question. Because these words are more than just words. It's the words of the Lord. That's
Yep.
how you know it's the words of the Lord.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Give me Romans 2 and 12.
But in the same sense, someone from a completely different religion has the same exact feeling for theirs.
Well, it's not a religion. First and foremost, it's not a religion. All right. So, what we're out here doing is showing our people who they are, according to the Bible. Because what would you identify yourself as?
Patient.
You said what? Patient. Right? Now, look on this sign right here, brother. Yeah, you peeped it. All of us, right, was put into bondage, chiefly by the so-called white man. Right? Yeah, the Hispaniola, we had the damn French, right? You had all the European, you had all these men that put us into captivity, and we lost our true heritage of who we actually are, right? Our actual roots, our forefathers, our God, it was stripped from us through captivity. Now, what we're out here to do through the scriptures, through the Holy Spirit, right, that showed us and revealed these things unto us, right, which revealed these things unto us, hey, we're the people that God has chose, and we're going through the punishments for our disobedience, right? And this is what we're trying to show our people. Look, we have to come back to God, right, by keeping His law, because that's what made us go through the punishment, because we broke them in the first place, right? Real quick, give me Daniel chapter 9 and verse 10. Yeah, we were punished. It's a punishment. Through any rebellion, let's just say you rebel against your parents, and you get exiled from going with your friends, and now you have to stay in the house. Why though? Why though?
I mean, to teach you a lesson, but don't you think?
To teach you a lesson.
Slavery was a good,
No, it's to teach you a lesson. You said to what?
Shadow slave.
don't you think shadow slavery was a bit severe?
Yeah.
punishment from God?
Yeah. But Hold on. Get that real quick. Let's get that first. Give me Zechariah 2:15.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 9 and verse 10. Neither have we obeyed the voice of the Lord our God to walk in his laws, which he set before us by his servants the prophets.
Right?
Yeah, all
Israel, his chosen people, read.
have transgressed thy law,
Mhm.
even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore, the curse is poured upon us.
Everything we went through, and we go through today, well, what a sign that on this side, everything we went through, and go through today is the curses that was poured upon us for our disobedience. Read on.
The curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of God, because we have sinned against him.
Because we what?
Because we have sinned against
Now
him.
we would agree, right? The atrocities, the wickedness, the rape, the rob, and the murder that the so-called white race did to our people, right, was way left field and way off. But even a parent that punishes their child, it may be extreme. Sometimes it may get extreme, but they're doing it that you may get right. And that's what the Lord's doing right now. Though we went through all that, it's for our, like you said, to better us and that we may see where we went wrong and get right. And our people still not getting right. Our people are so far gone, they love the people that did it to them.
Right.
They love the people that did the atrocities to them. So how are you really learning? I mean, what are you really learning from that? You got that Zechariah 2:15? All right, read that real
It's the
quick.
book of Zechariah 2 verse 15, and it reads, and I am very sore displeased with the heathen.
He said, I'm sore displeased with the other nations, right? The so-called white man that did all the things to us. Read.
That are at ease.
They're at ease. Ain't they at ease now? They live a good life now, right? Through the blood, sweat, the tears of the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. Read on.
Said, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped.
They what?
And they helped.
They helped.
Forward the affliction.
They did what?
Forward the affliction.
They forwarded their afflictions. I mean, they went overboard. It's just like if you damn your mama told your best friend, look, you can whoop him. You whoop him. I mean, he might go overboard.
They put the
Yeah.
snuggles on.
Yeah, he might go overboard. He might say, look, hey, you know, pour this water on you. He might pour water on you, boil hot water. You know what I'm saying? Hey, strip you down, and then he get the time. He might, oil on the floor. I mean, he might forward the affliction because now it's in his hand. But the whole point is, we have to hone back in on the fact that all these things happen because we were disobedient. So it's to teach you, look, let's get right. Because nothing else has helped our people. Marching in the street ain't do nothing, right? All these organizations that was infiltrated or ran by corrupt men for money, none of those things have worked. The only thing that will work and the only thing that will change is if we just go back to God, which put us in this situation, right? To teach us a lesson.
Right.
I agree with y'all to an extent.
To what extent?
I mean, most of it, but I don't think, us as a race, I don't think you can justify the things that happened to us by saying we were disobedient to God. I don't think.
You said we can't justify it?
Yeah.
So why did it happen?
You said that because we were disobedient.
No, I'm saying, so why did it happen? Is it because they're stronger than us and smarter than us? And it's just, it is what it is?
No, I mean, a lot of
Because with that mindset, okay, where do we go then? If it ain't God, then where do we go? Because if God didn't have his hand on it, well, what do we do? How do we get out of the situation? We're still in captivity. We're still here. Who do we turn to? What do we do?
I'm saying you don't turn to God. I agree with you to that point, but at the end of the day, you gotta fix yourself because
How do we fix ourselves? By doing what?
by changing what you believe, by practicing.
So I do what I believe, and he can do what he believe. He do what he believe. He do what he believe. How do we all come together? Because then there's going to be discrepancies. If we all come together, now there are going to be discrepancies. Well, I don't believe that. I can't come together with you because you believe that and I believe this.
I think that's just a part of human
Now, no, I'm saying, how are we gonna, because we're trying to gather it back together as a nation of people.
As a nation.
All the other nations, they're gathered because they're under one mindset, they're under one law. They move like this, they think like this, we dress like this, we eat this, we do this. How are we gonna come together if we all have a different belief system and thought system? How are we gonna ever gather ourselves back together?
It's not easy, man. People been trying to figure that out for
Well, we showing you, brother. We showing you.
that's what you believe.
Hold on. So do you disagree that we need to start loving each other
As a people.
No.
as a people? Well, the law said we got to do that. That's a commandment. Do you believe that we got to love our wives and raise our children? That's a law. Stop killing each other. That's a law. Give me Baruch 5:5. That's how we're going to gather ourselves back together, because we're doing it under the law. Because we don't have what's the ruling stick for what's right and what's wrong? Is it just off our minds? We should know what's right. We should know what's wrong.
If that's the case, the goalposts will be moved all the time.
I don't think you need a book to tell you what's right and what's wrong.
You said it's not just a book. These are, because yeah, it's a book now, but these are scrolls and historical events that was wrote down by men that was moved in the spirit of the Lord. It's historic events. Just like, it's basically a history book. And things of prophecy. Okay, so what do we follow? And what you mean multiple? What you mean multiple of those? See, it's not see, you keep going back to religion. It's not about religion, brother. This is about, This is what? This is about God's chosen people. It's about our people who, give me John 7:49 real quick. You got that Baruch 5:5? All right, give me Baruch real quick.
It's the book of Baruch, chapter 5 and verse 5. And it reads, Arise, O Jerusalem, and stand on high.
Because the Lord has a chosen race. Did you know that? God's chosen people are the Israelites. All right, the Israelites are still on the earth today. And what we're showing you, or you know what I'm saying, what we can dive into is we're those chosen people. Like we can get into that too. But the fact is we need to build ourselves back together. Build ourselves back up, because we're at the bottom of society right now.
Exactly.
Why? It's because we disobeyed the Most High. That's why, brother. We can get into that. But right now we're gonna You said what? Well, we can get into that. Let's finish it out.
It says, Stand on high and look toward the east, and behold, thy
Give me
children
Amos 3:1.
gather from the west
Psalms
unto
chapter
the
147.
by the word of the Holy
Con.
One.
Yeah. Con, Salaki, go ahead.
Stand on high and look toward the east, and behold thy children gather from the west unto the east by the word of the Holy
By
One.
the what?
By the word of the Holy
The only way we're gonna truly gather is by the word, because this is what's gonna heal us. That's why I said the law literally tells us, look, love your brother that looks just like you, right? Hey, love your wife, love your children, right? Don't kill each other, don't covet, right? All of these things are the laws that we have to abide by, and that's gonna heal our nation.
Exactly.
Overnight, if we all kept the law, I mean, we would be the most powerful nation on earth, man, right? So, but we continue to disobey, continue to cast the laws behind our back, continue to do our own thing. Now, your question was, what about the other people? What about the other nations? All right, let's read that.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 1. Hear this word
Come.
that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel.
Oh, who?
O children of Israel.
So when the Lord was speaking his word, he was speaking directly to his nation that he chose. Yeah, he created all the other nations, but these are the chosen people that was going to show forth the light to the other nations. We're going to be the example, right? The Lord always had, I mean, even man on a carnal level, he always has that, let's just say a coach. He might have that chosen player that's kind of going to be set forth as an example.
Right.
He kind of always picks on this guy, the team captain. Kind of always goes way harder on this guy than other people, because he wants him to be the example that other players follow. Right? And the Lord has chose the Israelites to be the example to the world. Right? So he said what?
Against the whole, read
Read it from the top.
Okay. from the top. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family, which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known.
What did God say?
You only have I known.
God said, you only have I known. I put you, I gave you the law, right? I set the standard in you. You only have I known, therefore what?
Of all the families of the earth.
Out of all the families of the earth, he only chose the Israelites. Read.
Therefore, I will punish you.
Therefore, I will punish you
for all your
iniquities because I gave my word to you. Just like, you know what I'm saying, your mother or your father, right? They gave you, you know what I'm saying, certain morals, certain things how to live by as a child, and you go outside the house, right? You break the things that they told you to do. You might be with a bunch of friends who didn't have no morals, didn't have no guidance or laws. And if they come out there and catch you, who they gonna punish? They gonna punish you. Why not your friend? They're not set to the same standard. That's how the Lord deal with Israel, right? He gave them the laws, right? He gave them the commandments. This is how you're supposed to live. But since we broke it, now we're going through the punishments. Just like you would get punished because you broke the morals and the things that your father or your mother told you to do. Now you have to get punished, and hopefully through that punishment, okay, let me not do that again. All right, let me turn back and do the things that they told me to do. And they're not telling you to do that for your wrongdoing. It's for your good. All right? So that's why the other nations, like all the atrocities that happen, they haven't got punished for that yet.
This is just recently right here.
Yeah. They haven't got what's the punishment for that?
That was just recent.
What happened? What happened for them doing that? No, I'm saying like their race as a whole, because I mean they're thriving off of what happened in the past, right? 1600s. You said what? Say it again.
Thriving in what sense?
I mean, look around, brother.
These aren't all white-owned places.
No, I'm just saying they're on a wide scale, the more prosperous than our nation. And it's all because of what happened back then. They reaped the benefits of what their forefathers did, of the blood, sweat, and tears of us. So they haven't paid for this. They think they got away. I mean, they kind of got away with it in their eyes. But I mean, this is a lot of wickedness and sin. That's a lot of wickedness and sin. But, you know, the Lord's kind of letting it play. You read the Bible before or know any stories?
Yeah, no,
You ever heard about Pharaoh and Moses, let my people go? Oh, okay. So it was a Pharaoh, right, in the Bible. He was raised up. He was puffed up. He had power, right? But the Most High brought him down to show his power throughout the whole earth because he had his chosen people in captivity. And he you know, so he destroyed these people, right, to show his power. The Lord's doing that right now. They kind of puffed up. They got power. They got pride. They kind of running the world. Everywhere they go, they take it by the sword. You know what I'm saying? And they over there right now in Iran trying to take it over. Not with peace, not with love, no, with the sword. Everywhere they go, they do it they take the city by violence. But soon, the Lord's gonna bring their nation down and rise us up, and that's what we're doing right now, brother. Trying to rise our nation back up, and how we're gonna do that? By turning back to the Most High God, by keeping His law.
Right.
All right, you got that, brother? Did I answer your question?
to an extent.
All right, what's missing?
I just, it's hard for me to agree with you guys on the idea that, like, punishment brings us back to the punisher. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because it's been
On a carnal sense, would you turn back?
This is an idea that's been investigated through political science.
What idea?
The idea of punishment, allowing people to improve. It just doesn't work. You can't beat somebody into submission.
You said so. If your parents, so you never listened to your parents when they corrected you?
Of course I do.
Did it turn back? Did it turn you back to them?
I mean, I grew up and realized that the things they did. I mean,
it turned you back to him, and you probably say you was right. Did it turn you back to them, or did you forsake them? That's what it's the same, but you got to use that same. Hold on, but that same logic applies to the Most High, because look, we turn back to the Most High. I mean, you don't even know. You said what?
Looking at this in a vacuum, like
What you mean?
as much as you can, use examples of being brought back to God by your way. There's multiple others that you can go the other way.
Yeah, because they don't have the instruction or the guidance to know this is why you're going through what you're going through. See, we was revealed why the Lord put us through these punishments, right? And it turned us back to him. Okay, if we really want this to stop, let's go back to doing what God said. Now we look at our brothers with love. We don't hate our brothers. Brothers used to shoot at brothers up here. Brothers used to shoot at brothers up here. Brothers used to rob brothers up here. Brothers used to whore out women, right? Despise women and children, right? We didn't give a damn. But through the knowledge and understanding, okay, if we continue to do this, we continue to break the laws that God gave us to live by. I mean, we're never gonna change. We're never gonna be looked at as a wise and understanding nation.
Right.
And this is what turned us back to God.
Right.
I mean, what more? I mean, what's the vacuum, brother?
Vacuum is you guys are looking at.
Do you think this wouldn't change our people?
It's difficult to say, man. It's not just like.
I mean, your people stand in front of you, brother.
I understand that. You
That's
guys
what I said.
are-
Look,
you guys are examples of it.
Yeah,
You guys
we're
are
examples.
Like, there are other black people who don't subscribe to what you say,
Yeah, because they don't. You know why?
and they are living their lives.
You know why?
How's that?
Why they don't? Because they don't see themselves in the Bible. They don't understand who they are. Nor a lot of people don't care. Right? They're comfortable in the place that they were brought in captivity, and they would rather just live a life of pleasure right now. Give me Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 24.
Necessarily have to. I'm talking about like for you, for example.
Huh?
I don't necessarily agree with you guys
On what part? What part don't you agree with?
that our like God would allow like the punishment that we go through or the things that we go through because God says we have to go through.
Okay, why we go through it there?
Because humans, innate nature to be wrong to each other.
So-
I think these are acts. These are not acts.
So why did this happen?
Why did it happen?
And continue to and it's only us. Why?
This is not only us.
No, I'm saying we on a wide scale are put into subjection and have oppressors over us. Why? And we can never get up. You're never gonna be able to get over the so-called white man.
In what sense?
In every sense, brother.
I mean, I don't agree with that. 'Cause I have-
Who's ruling everything?
So you want to rule the world? That's what you're saying.
Well, they're ruling the world. Hold on. They're ruling the world. Hold on. They're ruling the world, right?
I get it, but you're saying.
So well, the Lord said we're gonna be over the whole world. Now, are you okay with being under the so-called white man hand?
I don't think the white man controls it.
You say you don't? So do you have to pay taxes? What would happen if you don't?
If you were in
Hold-
control, would you have people
Hold on.
pay taxes?
This his kingdom.
I know.
Hold on.
Your kingdom,
No,
your idea.
with the Lord's kingdom, no, we can't charge usury on our own people. But right now in this kingdom, you said what?
You would charge other people.
Well, that's the law, right? It'll be hatred.
Replace the white man.
No, hold on, brother. Hold on. Are you okay with you having to pay taxes in this man's kingdom?
Well, taxes. Yeah, if the taxes don't help,
Is that what you mean helping?
like taxes go to welfare, taxes go for the roads.
Uh-huh.
Do a lot of it.
And war.
What about on the West?
And what about in the city? What about in the city?
Camera that you got,
What about in the cities of St. Louis?
that camera that you bought,
Okay, what about the school systems in the city?
right?
What about the schools in the city? The roads?
Texas help with
Yeah,
that.
I mean,
Do it help with the city?
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying
The low poverty, the low
right
pro.
way, taxes help.
Who? What? I'm from the west side. I don't see any money poured into the west side of St. Louis.
I'm from the north side.
Because what?
That's because people aren't using the taxes properly.
What you mean?
What people?
What people?
The people who are in power.
Who are they?
Who?
Who are they?
Who? Who runs the go? Yeah, who runs it?
Multiple people. I mean, you
What nation, brother? I mean, let's just be honest. Because we obviously see that, hey, the cities ain't.
president was black for 8 years.
Hold on. Obviously, you see, the cities are not being funded like it is in the counties. No, you good, brother. The cities are not being funded as the county. So obviously, something going on there.
I understand.
There's an agenda.
I agree with you.
There's redlining.
I agree. I'm
All right.
redlining.
So, I mean, what we doing here?
I'm just saying, you're saying that you just want to be above people and do the same thing.
Well, God, look, no.
To other people.
Well, no. Give me Proverbs chapter 29 and verse number 2.
I don't subscribe to that.
You say so you don't subscribe to what?
I don't subscribe to being over people.
Well, the white man's over you. Are you okay with that?
No, the white man isn't over people.
What's your last name?
What's your last name? And hold on. So are you saying that they have no power over you?
I mean, to an extent, yeah.
To an extent, it's always to an extent with you, brother.
It is.
Do they have power over you or no? Can you leave the country without getting a passport? Yeah, can you leave? Without the passport, can you leave? Not legally. Okay, if they catch you, then what? You said what? You get put in prison. So are you okay with that those laws set in place for you not being able to have liberty to do whatever you want to do? Cause that's what you're saying, brother. You're kind of okay with those things that are set in place that doesn't give you free realm to do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I don't think you can live freely and do whatever you want.
Well, but hold on. Who's set over you and putting these things upon you?
But you can go to any nation in the world and there are laws.
What you got?
Just black people on earth, there are laws.
Hold on. A couple of I don't know how many years ago, but a while
Hey, get that
ago,
fucking
right?
dog.
The reason why the Haitians land is the way it is because of the ruling power.
You got that history?
This is
The Haitians? Yeah, we need that.
Regardless, they still the same people. But my point is just a couple of years ago, it's a picture of some white folks on a horse whipping Haitians, running, deporting Haitians. So you saying that they don't have no power over us, but it's literally happening.
Goodbye,
Brother,
Uncle
come on,
Tom.
man.
I think.
Come on, man. You might can in your mind say that, but we're talking about reality. That's what we're talking about.
Pull that up.
We literally talking about reality.
Yes, reality.
Reality, King. Just like you just said, you said taxes are good. For who? I'm from the north side. He's from the west side. If you go on Dr.
He from the south.
Right now, lights are barely working. Now, right now, those tickets that they give people is supposed to go to that. The taxes are supposed to go to that. Why is it not? Because it's an agenda. And guess what? The ruling power that's over us don't give a damn about us. Right. Like you asking about other people, King, we need help ourselves.
Yeah.
We need, even if you okay, there's a Haitian man that's not okay. What about him?
Yeah.
Don't ask about them.
No,
They not helping us.
That's not what I'm saying.
No, that's what you
And
said.
see, it brings to end it.
What you said, I can agree with. Like, of course, there is an agenda.
Yeah, I just said we said the same thing.
But what I'm saying is, y'all just want the power to just do the same thing.
No, we want to get out of the hand of our oppressors.
No.
That's the thing. We want to get out of the hand of our oppressors and do our own thing, right? That's the whole point, right? We want to get under the subjection of the nations that continue to downtrodden us, man, right? To continue to keep us in subjection by, you know what I'm saying, way back then, brother. We were never were free. We're not even supposed to be over here right now, right? So that's all we're saying is to bring power back to our people, which is coming back together by the words of the Most High. We can't just go by our own belief, do our own thing, right? Well, I believe this, you believe that. We will never come together. Because one brother might, somebody thinks that killing is okay because they have to. Robbing is okay because they have to. A lot of people that grew up in poverty homes, they think that's the only way to come up. I have to sell drugs, I have to rob, and I have to steal and kill because, I mean, how else am I make it? That's literally the thought process of our people. He believes that I don't. How are we gonna come together? What standard are we gonna follow? And everybody's around them not telling them that's wrong. That's what we're saying. God is literally telling you can't do that. If we all come back by the laws of the Most High, it will build our nation back up. All right, you got what you got? The history. Brother got the history book.
I got a precept too.
Come.
This is the Encyclopedia of World Slavery.
And
Julius P. Rodriguez.
And what he finna go into is the Haitian revolt. Why did the Haitians revolt? Why did they revolt? You said to do what? Get
To who? And who were they?
the so-called white man, right? Read that.
We gonna tell.
So you gotta have that same fight in you, brother, because they didn't want to be in subjection to the so-called white man.
They did not.
And they did they had a mighty win over the French, right? That they still celebrate every year. All right, read that. All right? And that's the same thing, brother. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to empower our people because we can't do it by ourselves. We're not saying go gather and get a bunch of guns and we're gonna literally go fight like the Haitians did against the so-called white man and slay him and kill him. And no, brother, we have to come back together by the Most High, do what He said, and He's gonna bring that vengeance. He's gonna put us back into the power that we was in the beginning.
Right.
All right, read that.
Nevertheless, this is the Haitian Revolution. I don't want to read the whole thing. I'm going to just read the beginning of it. It says the Haitian Revolution, or Saint Domingue Revolution in 1791 to 1804 was the most important event in the history of the 18th century.
Said most important.
Atlantic slavery. It said the only successful slave uprising in the Western Hemisphere. It forced France.
It did what?
It forced France to abolish slavery in its most profitable plantation colony and led directly to the establishment of the second independent nation in the Americas.
Right. So imagine if they didn't cause a revolt. Well, what would be going on in Haiti right now?
Yeah, still be subjugated.
Haiti's not in a good spot.
It's not, but
Because of them.
at least they got their hand out of, during that time. At least they got their hand,
Going through systems.
right? They got from under the so-called white man because they want freedom, a sense to do as they wish. And what we're trying to do is give, first and foremost, our people freedom in the mind because our minds are really destroyed. We have to change the way we think first. Like you do, you work out, brother. A lot of people, got bad eating habits. You got to kind of change your mind and think, well, if I continue to eat like this, if I continue to not work out, hey, I'm going to die, man. You have to change the way you think, change the way you move, right? And it's going to better you, like in the sense of working out. It's the same way we're trying to do with our people. Had to change the way we think, change the way we see this world, change the way you see your own people, and it's going to change the way we move, man.
Exactly.
And it's going to bring us back up as a nation.
Exactly.
And that's the main goal that they actually accomplish, is for us to destroy ourselves of who we actually are.
Right.
That's why you're able to say out your mouth, well, I'm just gonna believe what I believe, and you believe what you believe. That causes separation.
I agree that can cause separation.
It will.
I think we can also let people believe what they want to believe and still come together.
Well, to what extent? Because you always say an extent. To what extent?
I mean, most of my friends don't believe what I believe.
Because what if somebody believe in the boy love association that's coming up? That says pedophilia is okay.
Bring it out,
You got kids.
And you got kids.
I mean, that's your duty as a
Will you associate, would you associate yourself with them?
like I wouldn't be against them, but like
Would you, would you associate with them? Why?
that's not how
So it causes it's separation. It's separate, but you can't, see, it will never work. It would never work with our people like that, bro.
It would never.
It'll never bring us back together. We have to be on one accord. You have to,
It's a must.
right?
I mean, it's difficult to.
And so are you against the laws that God gave us? Because that's really what we're trying to say. We have to come back together
No, I'm not.
by the laws of the Most High, because God gave it to us for our good.
Point out.
All right, go ahead.
I got just a quick point. I wanted to read the rest of this. I want to ask you a question. So, let's say it right here. The existence of a self-governing so-called black state in the Caribbean generated great pride for African Americans, so-called, throughout the hemisphere, and was an object of enormous concern for anyone who profited from black slavery. So they said, when we were a self-governing people over there in Haiti and Saint Domingue,
You still got that?
right? Anybody that profited from black slavery, right? They was concerned about that. They was concerned about that because they believed that slavery.
Give me that Hebrews
was
11
a
and
part of the
24 too.
economy. They
Still
depended
want
on
that.
it. Just like right now, we had a so-called blackout. If we all stop buying, this economy is going to crash. Look what happened when they start taking all of the daggone Hispanics. So-called construction stopped. Daggone hospitality stopped. Certain hospitals shut down. A lot of stuff stopped happening. But we all came together and stopped that. What do you think gonna happen if we all together as a nation of people, the tribes, come together and start keeping God's law? What you think gonna happen if they was already scared of a self-governing so-called black state in Saint Domingue in the Caribbean? They were scared of that.
Yeah?
They were scared of that. They didn't want that to happen. They took all y'all profited. Y'all were the main source for sugar and coffee for the white man. You know they love their caffeine.
Yep.
You know they love that. They had to get it.
Sugar was the first drug.
And y'all was saying, nah, we running this. We running this over here. So what you think on a spiritual level, coming back to our God as one nation as he made us, his chosen nation, right? What you think gonna happen to this economy and these others? Because you worried about others, we worried about us.
Yeah,
We gotta be worried about us
that's the
first.
main
We gotta
thing,
fix
brother.
our issue.
Worried about others.
We gotta
But
we gotta
you
worry about
did mention them.
we gotta fix our issue.
That's what I said. We trying to hone it on our people because our people need help. We need we need a lot of help. But what's gonna help us? The money not gonna help us. Drugs ain't gonna help us.
At all.
Women, just pouring out with women ain't gonna help us. Only one's gonna help us is God.
Right.
But how is God gonna help us? Because he's not just gonna help us just to help. No, we gotta turn back to him by doing what he said.
Exactly.
Now read that real quick in Hebrews 11.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 11, and verse 24.
Because Moses, he grew up in a rich nation, right? He kind of grew up separated from his people, right? He grew up with the Egyptians. Read that.
By faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's
He did
daughter.
what?
Refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter.
Hey, Moses grew up with a nation that's not of his, the Egyptians. But he refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter. Read.
Choosing rather to suffer affliction.
Doing what?
Choosing rather to suffer affliction.
Moses chose to rather suffer. Read that again.
Choosing rather to suffer affliction.
Moses chose to suffer affliction with who?
With the people of God.
With the who?
With the people of God.
To with his people. Then what?
Then to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season.
And that's what a lot of our people do. They enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. Right? They kind of love it here. You know, we can go on vacation. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of well off here. And that's why the brother said that, okay, what about the other Haitians that's not? And you gotta, and that's what we're trying to do. Yeah, we're trying to bring back unity amongst our people, man. nationalists, caring about your nation and putting your nation on the forefront. Because all the other nations do, right? They spend money with each other. They keep the money in their community, right? Before it goes out of their community, they spend it with each other.
Exactly.
Right? And we're the biggest consumers, and we're not consuming or buying things from our own people. We go and buy from all the other nations, so we're putting money in everybody else's pocket while we're destroying ourselves. And what we're buying is booze, or weed. You said what? Things that's not profiting us at all. All right. So, what you had?
I just wanted to touch on a couple of points, King. You said one, God, you don't believe that God will put us through this. That's one point. And I'm gonna read something that about our Lord, about God. But you said something about that the white man didn't have nothing to do with Haiti going through what to go through. Well, you didn't say that? Okay, good. I thought I heard you say that. Then let me read the scripture though.
Look, Isaiah.
Okay.
That's good, brother.
Good. My fault, King. My fault. I accused you too much. Let me see. This Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 39. See now that I, even I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive.
No, he do what?
I kill and I make alive.
And the reason why the brother bringing this out is people have a misconception of the Most High.
Right.
They think that he's just only does all the good. He doesn't bring forth judgment. It's all Satan. No, the Most High is doing everything upon earth. He said what? I'll read that.
I kill.
32.
My fault. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
Meaning the Lord does all things upon the earth. He kills, he makes alive, he wounds, he heals. The Most High is all in control. So, you know what I'm saying? It's the brother bringing that out because it's by the hand of the Most High for those things to happen. Because he's a balanced God, right? And he's doing this. Give me Baruch chapter 3 and verse number 24. Go ahead.
This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 9 and verse 26. Nevertheless, they were disobedient, and they rebelled against thee, and they cast thy law behind thy back.
They did what?
And they cast thy law behind thy back.
Read.
And slew thy prophets, which testified against them, to turn them to thee. And they wrought great provocation.
4 and 24.
Therefore, thou deliveredest them into the hands of their enemies.
He said, because we disobeyed the law, cast it behind their back, he delivered us into the hand of our enemies. Right. Because what we was doing is we were serving idols. We were serving other gods. We were serving their idols. We were serving the enemy idols. Instead of serving the Most High God that put us in the land, right? That brought forth good and blessings to us. And we served everybody else. You had a point? Go ahead.
What does, now he said he put us into the hands of our enemies, right? What does that look like to you? What do you think that is?
Being put into the hand of our enemies.
Because we didn't keep his laws, he put us into the hands of our enemies. What do you think that looked like?
Exactly, brother.
Exactly. So
God said he did that.
This is explaining what you saying you don't think God would do.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
I just don't.
But hold on, hear it out though. It's just a little bit more. Into the hands of their enemies, who vexed them. And in the time of their trouble, when they cried out into thee, we're crying out right now. Thou heardest them, God heard us, from heaven. And according to thy manifold mercies, thou gavest them saviors,
right,
who saved them out of the hands of their enemies.
So the brother bringing it out because it is by the hand of the Most High. For our disobedience, he gave us into the hand of our enemies. So, I mean,
add another historical point.
Go ahead.
I gotta get going.
All right, brother.
Read this for you before you leave. You gotta get this book too. Let me read this for you. It says, this is the black image and the white mind. The debate on Afro-American character and destiny. This was talked about. This is a debate in 1817 and 1914 between two white people on whether they should do away with slavery or keep it. People are arguing because they
Scoot that back
slavery.
some.
They needed us. They still do to this day, right?
People
This
keep
is
trying to
what
walk behind
it says. This page 74. It said in the 1840s, Morton collaborated with George R. Glidden, an Egyptologist, who provided him with mummy heads and information, right, about the racial significance of Egyptian tomb inscriptions in his book, Crania Egyptiaca, published in 1844. Morton pointed out that both cranial and archaeological evidence showed that the Egyptians were not Negroes, right, as abolitionists and colonizationists had maintained that in fact blacks had been regulated to the same servile position
Here, brother.
in ancient.
Yeah.
Hold on, watch out. That's rude.
She was listening the whole time.
That is rude.
Here you go. Here you go, brother.
Look, it said they've been regulated to the same servile position in ancient Egypt as in modern America, right?
We love you.
So the reason why I'm bringing this out, brother, is because hey, no, you can have it. That's for you.
Good? All right, brother.
Hey, well, look, brother, the reason why I brought this out is because the fact of the matter is we are still in captivity to this day. And these people, just like how the pride of this so-called white woman could just come up in the midst of us talking to show the lack of respect for us as a people. Because we still slaves in their eyes. We don't have no right. We're still 3/5 of a human being. This is why they can kill us in the streets and get away with it. This is why they can hang us from trees. This is why they can even make a song, hang them up high at sundown. That's a literal song by MAGA supporters. That's literally why the police can walk around with badges and they can police our neighborhoods. Well, guess what? And no repercussions come when they shoot us dead. He just another nigga. That's why every time we fit the description, brother, these people, when the brothers are bringing out, we are giving it to the hand of the people who oppress us. Meaning, guess what? They rule us because we broke God's commandments. And God set it up that way because we hard-headed, even to this day. Even as you stand right here, you is a proven fact that our people are hard-headed and stubborn.
Give me that Baruch 4 and 24.
I got one
You
more
don't have
point.
to. That's the problem with our people.
I got one more point.
Come on, give me Baruch 4 and 24.
Hey, King, she sat right here for like 15, 20 minutes. They understand what we doing. That's why she sat right here. But they can't stand what we doing. So she see
Us powering our people.
She see us
Yeah.
empowering you.
Yep.
So she came all the way back to try to give you a scripture to try to cut us. That's what she did. I just heard it. It's a scripture. Something. They can't. This is for us. That's why she did what she did. It's a spiritual war, man. That's why she did what she did.
All right, read that.
The book of Baruch. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 2, and
Four-
verse number
four-
30.
4 and 24.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 24, and it reads.
You don't want to see no YouTube or nothing? That's all this is. Oh, okay, you just scan here. Just scan it. Here, this one.
And it ain't all about talking about white folks, King. I know.
Yeah, we
We really just talking about that because you brought them up.
on the other side. The first QR code. All right, bring it up.
The book of Baruch, chapter 4, and verse 24, and it reads, like as now the neighbors of Sion have seen your captivity, so shall they see shortly your salvation.
Hey, they seen our captivity. It says surely they're going to see our salvation. Read.
From our God.
From who?
From our
From
God.
our God. Read.
Which shall come upon you with great glory.
Read.
And everlasting brightness.
All right, brother.
And brightness of the everlasting. Salaki, you read?
Come.
Huh?
Come.
My children, suffer patiently.
What the Lord say?
My children, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from Yahweh.
From who?
From Yahweh.
Yeah, all these things came by the Most High.
Right.
All right? Because that's why I say they don't use that same logic in the real world with their parents. That punishment came by your parents, right? However harsh it is, how hard you thought it was, right? It's by your parents that you may turn back to them. All right? And he agreed. He said, yeah, it made me turn back to my parents, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I seen that they was right. The Lord's doing the same thing, man. And that's why, you showing that example. Look, we was doing off things too. And we learned, look, this is why God did this, right? And this is what's going to make you turn back to him. Finish that out.
God. From Yahweh, for thy enemy have persecuted thee.
You said what?
For thy enemy have persecuted
And
thee.
the Lord really gave you the green light to do it.
Right.
The enemy have persecuted you, but what?
But shortly thou shalt see his destruction.
What the Lord say?
But shortly thou shalt see his destruction.
Hey, but shortly we're going to see the destruction of the so-called white man.
Right.
And the so-called Chinese man.
Right.
The Arabs.
Right.
The Ishmaelites.
Right.
All the nations, and we're going to see the destruction, man.
Right.
That's why they have it, because they're not getting punished for it.
At all.
Yet. But he said the judgments are already written, man. Yep. Right? And that's what our people got to understand. Look, right now you're given the opportunity to turn back to him.
That's right.
All right, but they abuse the grace, the liberty, right? And they turn their necks and they turn their eyes against the most, away from the Most High.
Right.
Right? When you're given a shot right now, you're given a chance right now.
Exactly.
To turn back to him.
God.
Right? So give me the book of Esther, chapter 8 and verse number 11. I'm gonna pass it to the brother, man.
The book of Esther, chapter 8. Like in verse number 11. And it reads, wherein the king granted the Jews.
And we always gotta fight against our people, right? That you're the chosen, right? And God wants you, right, to be above all nations. He didn't want to be above all nations. He didn't want to be above the so-called white man.
Right.
Right? But your people, the Haitians, and they said, hey, we don't want to be under the so-called white man.
Right.
And we're going to cause a revolt. And they won that revolt, man.
That's right.
And the so-called white man, they hate that day.
Hey,
they don't speak about that. They didn't teach us about that at school.
Nope.
All right? What you got?
Now, it was a man just recently, they called his name Barbecue. You know
All right.
why?
Why?
Because he burnt the white man in the middle of the street.
You see that? You see that? So
Called him Barbecue, man.
read that real quick. What's going on, brothers? How y'all feeling? All right, we talking about the Bible. Y'all believe in the Bible?
Yeah, but I don't know what this is, bro.
You don't know what that is?
He got horns.
Well, who got horns? Jesus?
Yeah.
Now, you go to church?
Yeah.
Okay. So did you learn that that's Jesus in the church? Without the horns?
Yeah.
That Jesus looks like, a white man, long hair, blue eyes. Is that what you learned in church?
I mean,
Now, have you ever read in the Bible what he looks like?
you talking about like his hair was wool? Yeah, I'm familiar with it.
So in the Bible, you agree that his hair was wool. What did his skin look like?
I'm not sure.
Okay, let's read it.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 1, and verse number 14.
Bring it out.
And it reads, it's like in verse 15, and it reads, and his feet.
No, start at 14.
Verse 14, and it reads, his head and his hair. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
So you listening, brother? He had woolly hair. You agree with that?
Yeah.
And his eyes was what?
As a flame of fire.
And he had fiery red eyes. This image doesn't have woolly hair. All right? Without the horns. Don't worry about the horns right now. The image that you see, the so-called white man, he doesn't have woolly hair. He never has red eyes. Read on.
And his feet.
And his feet. Read on.
Like unto fine brass.
And his feet was the color of brass. What color is brass, brother? You said what?
Like brown, right?
Brown. Does he have brown skin?
That photo, not.
No photos he has brown skin. Read on.
So look.
As if they burned in a furnace.
And he was dark skinned, brother. So, but you said that was Jesus. Why did you say that was Jesus?
Why does it matter? Like,
Hold on. Why did you say that was Jesus?
that's just that's the image they use.
Who used?
Everybody use that image.
No, but who brought that image? Who does he look like? Did the Chinese man bring that image?
Oh yeah, white man.
The white man.
Yeah.
So why did he give you a white image if the Bible says he was dark skinned?
Why does his skin matter?
Hold on. I'm gonna get to it. Why did the white man bring that image if in the Bible we just read he doesn't look like that?
So you're saying like they trying to make it like a idolized?
Idolized, and who do they want you to serve?
White.
The white man. That's why it matters, brother. Because if you was a young man, right, a little so-called black boy, and you knew that Christ looked just like you, the greatest man on the earth that walked the earth, what would they do to you? Because we don't have a who are superheroes? Superman, he's a white man. Spider-Man, he's a white man. Jesus, who they give you, he's a white man. But the Bible just said he looks like us, brother. That didn't empower you. So, and that's a lie that they gave us, brother. What else they lying about? That's a lie. What else they ain't telling you about?
Bring it out.
Who are you, brother? Who are you? I'm asking, who are you? You a black man? You sure? You'll put your bottom dollar on it. What's your skin color look like? Oh, you held up a brown hand, brother.
Yeah, I know. I don't doubt that.
So how you black? No, let's get serious, brother. My granny, she was born in the 50s. She don't say she's black.
But it's a cover.
Hold on, she don't say she's black.
It's a cover of multitude of skin.
Hold on, my granny doesn't say she's black. But we the same people.
Right.
So why does she say something else and not black?
So what you think it should be called?
Okay, that's a good question, brother. Because you got Afro-Americans, you got African-Americans, you got black, you got color, you got Negro, and you got some people, they call themselves, I'm just a YN. I mean, who really are we then? Because if you put 20 Chinese men up here, they're going to say they're the same people. And who gave us these terms? Black, colored, Negro, African-American, Afro-American. Who gave us these terms? Who called us these things? The brother in the back know. Who called us these things? There you go, bro. I mean, there you go. It's plain.
The white man.
I mean, this is.
For telling the truth.
Yeah, I mean, it's straightforward.
The white man.
The white man. And what's your last name, brother? White man last name? You said what?
X.
Yeah. White man. Nix.
No, he said
X.
He got slick and changed.
It's X. Oh yeah, see that.
Oh, so Michael, it's really X.
That's not your last name, brother. You capping.
No cap.
I mean, hey.
You a Muslim, brother?
I know he going for it.
You Muslim?
You Muslim?
Huh?
You Muslim? No, I'm talking about this brother.
Nah.
Okay.
How you get an X last name?
I chose it.
You chose, well, okay, what's your maiden last name?
What's your parent name?
James, see that? It's a white man last name.
Man, last name, brother.
But hold on. But the thing is, they gave us our name. But who did God call us? That's the question. Cause you go to church, right?
Yeah.
Who they teach you are in the church? Because God has many nations. He created everybody on the earth doesn't look the same.
Nope.
Are you a Chinese man, brother? No. Do you move like a Chinese man? Do you move like a Chinese man?
Move like a Chinese.
They got different mannerisms.
Yep. I mean,
Because they should.
move like a little
Hold on.
everybody, like-
No. Because you go to Japan, they try to act like us. They put locks in their hair. They might got a Nike Tech on just like you right now.
Store card.
Trying to be like you.
If I'm being honest though,
Everybody's not the same, brother.
I feel like there's no reason like to you trying to like divide.
Well, give me the book of
Where we not trying to
well,
divide
do you
no more.
do you believe in God?
Yeah.
Well, let's read what God said. It doesn't matter how we feel.
Go ahead.
All right, give me Deuteronomy 32 and verse number 8. Come on, read that.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 44 and verse 1.
You listening, brother?
Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel,
And who?
and Israel, whom I have chosen.
So God has a chosen race. Did you know that? God chose a race above all others. Give me Deuteronomy 7 and 6. And God said this. We didn't make this up.
Yeah.
We have to believe what God said. Who's the most special people on the earth that just does everything the greatest?
Most special people on earth?
Yeah. What nation? Every time they put their hand on something, they just do it better than everybody else.
I don't know.
I mean, take a wild guess.
Wait, are we having a preach-off right now? What the fuck is happening?
Shut up.
Oh,
Tired of these bad beats.
hold on. Don't throw the sheep off. Who? Brothers. Let's say who's the greatest people at basketball?
Basketball?
Yeah.
We got LeBron. LeBron, the greatest of all time.
Okay. Who else?
Who else?
You Larry Bird up there?
Larry Bird.
Yeah.
He up. I mean, he top. He top.
He top.
Top song.
I mean, top something.
Yeah.
Against who?
I mean, he's influential for the era.
I mean,
You
you know what Larry Bird said?
What he said?
Basketball is a black man game. Why? Because we're the greatest.
I don't know.
Okay. Who throwing down in the kitchen? You going to their crib that just walk past?
Nah.
Why?
Because I don't like that type of food.
Yeah, they don't like that type of food. Okay, what about the dressing? Who get down?
Low-key Asian, bro.
No, they trying to dress like us. No, they try to dress like us. No, they do. No, they dress like us, brother. Baggy pants, baggy pants. They dress like us. Okay, what about the dancer?
Dancing?
Yeah. Who set all the trends?
Of course, I'm gonna think my people dance the best.
Because we do.
They dance the best.
Who set all the trends?
Trends?
Yeah.
Bro.
Who the trendsetters?
My trend's gonna be different from other people's trends.
Who's the trendsetters that everybody want to be like?
Everybody's not on the same trends, though. That's what I'm trying to say.
Look, we're the most influenced people on earth, brother. So-called blacks. So you don't believe that you put our people above all?
But I don't see why.
Well, let's go to Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Let's read that. Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
I got this the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. Holy people.
Well, what you're going to do, brother, with your mindset, you're going to disagree with God. You know that, right?
Let me hear it.
No, I'm saying, with your mindset right now, we finna read this. Hold on. Your mindset right now, what we finna read, you're going to disagree with God. Let's read it.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. And it reads, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
God created the Israelites to be a holy people, means set apart. Read.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee.
He chose this race of people
to be a special people.
To be a special people.
Unto himself above all people.
What did God create them to be?
To be a special people above all people.
To do what?
That are upon the face of the earth.
To be above all people upon the face of the earth.
Right.
Is that equal? So what did God say?
He says they superior. He's talking about black.
The Israelites. Yeah, which will be us, brother. We're the chosen people.
I say this, though. That's where people, doesn't everybody descend from that?
No, everybody don't descend from.
But they're the original, though, right?
The Israelites? No, it's not the original. They're just a chosen race. The Lord has a chosen seed line. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. Then he had the 12 patriarchs. Right? So they're the chosen people. So, that mindset would go against what the Lord said. Because he chose them to be above all people, to be the image of the Lord.
Say that right here.
Right? Go ahead.
Read on. It said, the Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because you were more in number than any people. For ye were fewest of all people. But because the Lord loved you.
Because the what?
Because the Lord loved you. And because he will keep the oath which he has sworn unto your father.
Because the Lord already had an oath. Look, I'm going to bring a chosen race or a chosen nation to be a light unto the whole rest of the world. So, hey, we that nation, brother. We the nation. Go ahead.
Hey, brother, I got one question. Before you leave, this just to make you think. You just said Japanese people put it on. They do. So would an older Japanese person put it on? Do they put it on? Huh? No. What y'all? Does an older person, Japanese person, put it on? Not necessarily. Because why not? Because they dress like they dress in their culture. Exactly. Right. They might have on a Komodo and everything. Right. So now that's their culture.
That's their heritage.
That's their heritage, right? Right. So when a younger Japanese person put on the same thing we got on, who are they trying to be like?
Trying to be like them.
Come on, brother.
They got to be, because they got their own clothes.
They already got their own. There you go.
So what you just said and what you just did was they ain't putting nothing on. They copied. That's what I want you to think about.
They plagiarized.
Yeah, there you go, brother.
Swagger jack.
So look, we telling you, you the people that God just spoke about, a special people, right, above all people. But why we want to be equal to everybody? I mean, why? Why?
I feel like
personally, I feel like you shouldn't divide yourself.
Were we equal here?
That would cause a lot of issues.
Were we equal there?
No, I get that, but now.
I mean, do they feel the same way?
The way we got
Do you
out
think?
of that is by not dividing ourselves.
Do you think they speak the same way about you? Let's kumbaya with the so-called black man.
We got up out of that. We divided.
And we're not out of that, brother. We're not out of that.
If we still divide ourselves, we'll still.
Hold on. Do they speak the same sentiments about us? Do you think they would go to bat for us? Let's be honest, brother. Hold on. Let's let them answer that. Do you think they have the same sentiments towards us?
I'm saying your mindset is the same mindset they had.
Hold on. Do you think they have the same sentiments towards our people? We want to be equal to them. Let's allow them to have the same.
That's where we at. We get into that point.
You sure?
I'm saying if it was still like that and they didn't have that mindset, we would still be in that same predicament.
Well, hold on. It really is the same. It is the same, brother. It is the same. Right? You can't get the same loans as you will never be able to get the same opportunities as them because it's not set up for you. How old are you, bro? How old are you, brother? How old are you?
I'm 18.
You're 18.
We are now.
So how?
Yeah.
Well, like to what? To where? Getting still shot down in the street?
Right. Still home.
You're not in chains.
What?
How you not in chains right now?
Our people mentally in chains.
Right.
Because they still love their oppressors. They're still depending on another nation to save them. Right? Because how are we going to get out of the conditions that we're living in? Well, hold on. How are we going to get out of the conditions that we're living in with our people? How?
What you mean?
The conditions that our people are living in, how are we going to get out of it?
A lot of black people
How?
got out of it.
How?
What you mean how?
How? How'd they get out of it?
You
How?
live in a society where you can.
No, I said, how did they get out?
It's up to the person.
How?
Sell out their own people.
It depends on your trade.
No, I said, so what they doing?
If you want to make it out, you can make it out.
How?
What you mean how?
By doing what?
You can go to school.
Okay, who's school?
Who's school?
Yeah.
Go to HBCU.
Okay, who's giving the funding to the HBCU?
Take out a loan.
Okay, who you get the loan from?
The bank.
Okay, who's running the bank? How was the bank established? A lot of the banks were established by slavery.
I understand that.
So, I mean, who we depending on?
Your question, you changing the subject.
No, I mean, no, it's the same thing.
You said how? You said how?
Yeah.
That's how.
Doing what?
Turn it to who?
I'm just saying,
You're still depending on something. You're not doing it just by your people. Right. You're depending on others to help you get to that position. And see what that causes is a division amongst your own nation. Right. Because look, I'm good. I'm gonna leave them. I don't care about them. No, what are we gonna do to help all of our people? Just money's not gonna change anything.
I'm just saying you gotta do it to
Go ahead.
Hey, brother, okay, so I know you can go. Yeah. Look, brother just said we still mentally enslaved, right? You probably don't agree with that. But look, let me tell you something you just showed, and I'm gonna prove that you is. Watch this. You just said that that's gonna take a while to reverse.
Yeah.
They make the laws and run this place, right? If they loved us all, it's simple as just changing the law. Easy. You know, look, a couple of years ago, somebody did something to a Chinese man. Or one. And you know what they did?
One.
You know what they did? They made a hate law for them. Right. Just that quick. So now you're telling me that that's gonna take a long time to reverse.
And that happens.
Wow.
Wow.
The law doesn't change how other people think. The hate crime's still gonna happen.
All right.
And who made the law?
Hold up.
It's not. It's one obvious.
How many black people are out here doing anything to Chinese people right now? Not many. So all that happened was once.
Look how many just passed.
Now what about
that? Happened for 400 years. Come on, man. You gotta think.
Longer than that, we ain't got no bill.
Come on, man. We ain't got no bill. Come on, man. Come on now.
That's a slave mentality.
Come on, dog.
That's a slave mentality, brother. Yeah. Yes, brother.
Because you're trying to take up for people that's killing us right now to this day.
Literally.
You can't do it because it's the truth. You can't do that.
This
is the truth.
Can I get this point out?
Go ahead.
It says right here, right? It says breaking. Though the U.S. and Israel, look, the U.S. and Israel voted in opposition to this. The United States and the Israelis or the fake Jews, they voted in opposition to this. The United Nations has officially declared the transatlantic slave trade as the greatest crime in humanity, man.
Right.
They just did that. But guess what? How's that gonna? You still saying that this is gonna take a long time? You know what they just did? You know what they did? You ever heard of the dog that kept running out of the house? You ever heard of that dog that kept running out of the house? It was the dog that kept running out of the house into the middle of the street. Kept running out of the house into the middle of the street. Kept on doing it until his owner bought him a collar, a shock collar, right? So every time he runs out past that border, he gets shot. He runs out past that border, he gets shot. Now when he wants to go outside, he runs out to the front yard, but he stops at that border. Now, because guess what? If I run past that border, I'm gonna get shot. Right? So guess what? He keep running, he stop at that border. He keep running, stop at that border. Now he's not running outside no more. Now guess what he's gonna do? He's gonna stop at the door, scratch at the door, let his owner know he gotta come outside. Right? He destroyed that dog mentally. Just like how they destroyed us mentally. Now you got us believing by this image right here, because this is where it all started. Right here with this image. That this is our Lord and Savior, and we got to depend on them. This is why that image had horns on it.
And that's why it matters, brother.
That's why it matters.
And what does the skin color matter? Don't nobody do the reverse. Don't nobody do the reverse. Whenever somebody say something about the color and it's the wrong color, well, what does it matter? Come on, man. You gotta think about that.
Did whiteface.
You gotta think about that. It matters because they changed it. Right.
That's why it matters.
That's why it matters. Why would they change it? Ask that question. What about that?
So here, brother, take this fly. All right.
I was trying to pick out for you.
Yeah, I know, we know. But, you know what I'm saying, we want you to come back to who God created you to be, God's chosen people, and start doing what God said, man. You know, so that's the message, brother. All right, brother.
Get that brother a flyer too.
You got another flyer? Yeah, get that brother a flyer.
Hey, wise up, my brother. Wise up.
Con. Give me Esther 8 and 11. Yeah, Lord willing, you know, brother was trying to, be combative. 18. He 18 years old, man. He 18. He a young man. Read that.
It reads, wherein the king granted the Jews which were in every city to gather themselves together.
To do what?
To gather themselves together.
What we got to do?
To gather themselves together.
Read.
And to stand for their life.
No, we give up.
And to stand for their life.
No, it's all good.
And to stand for their life.
Man, that's what we trying to do, man. We got to stand up for our lives, man. Stop the coonery. Right? Stop the hatred for your people and stand up for your lives, man. Right? A lot of people are weak in these last days, man. Okay, they said comfortable oppression, man.
Right.
Stop being so comfortable in the land that you're still a captive in, man. Right? Gets me foods, gets me waters, gets me sleeps. Right? I'm good. Right? And you get on from around here. Right? Tries to get me in troubles. Right? And that's what you Negroes sound like, man. All right, read on. All right, read on.
And it reads, to destroy, to slay, and to cause to perish all the power of the people and province that will assault them, both little ones and women, and to take the spoil of them for a prey.
For what?
For a prey.
All right, so with that, all praise to Yahweh, Bashim Mashiach, Wamalaki Yahushua. Kum Yashala. Kum Yashala. Kum Yashala. Come.